Hi Ray and Berniece, this is Kaz at Rally Subaru. Just a little follow-up video for you guys. I thought I'd have a quick look at our lot and see what we have, and lo and behold, we have this pure red limited Crosstrek. So I think the color Berniece likes, and Ray, we were chatting about the different trims, and so this is one up from that Sport that we were looking at in the showroom together. So I thought I'd just walk around it, maybe reiterate a few of the things we'd looked at, and maybe look at a few of the things that are unique to this particular trim. Starting at the front here, well, I'll mention right away, we do include a block heater and locking wheel nuts. You see it hiding just down there. This does have the LED steering responsive headlights, so both the high beam and the low beam are LED, and those will steer into the corner depending on your speed and steering angle. We see the LED fog lights down there too, so they match the color of those LED lights, which is nice. It's a nice crisp white with maybe a hint of blue. Looks very nice and modern, and illuminates very well, of course, too. Now, this being the limited, it does have an 18-inch wheel, so we see a slightly different design of the wheel, as you know, and as well as being a little bit larger. Still has that heated wiper placement that I'd mentioned in the glass there, and now you do get this LED side marker light on the mirror, and a little bit of chrome we see along the sides of the window and on the door handles there too. Just subtle, right? Just a little touch. It's just a little bit more upscale. This pure red color matches the taillights very nicely, as a nice little bonus. And at the back here we see those reverse automatic braking sensors, as well as just simple parking sensors too. So when you're backing up, as you get close to an object, you'll hear that audible beep that will increase in intensity as you get closer. But that reverse automatic braking is meant to kick in, perhaps if you're going a little quick and you don't have time to react to these sensors, giving you that warning as you're getting closer. So those two work well together. And then you do have that roof rail system on top, so if you do need to expand that storage, you certainly can. Have another look inside. See our backup camera right there. And then we see that cargo cover inside once again. Those cargo tie downs, those baggage hooks, or for the cargo net if you like to put one in, and there is that light there too, perhaps if you're grabbing something in here at night. And that 60/40 split folding rear seat design. Now have a look inside. So Ray, we'd had a look at that top trim Impreza that was in the showroom, and I'd mentioned this would be very similar. So we're using a blend of materials. They're using a faux leather in some of the really high wear areas, like where your elbows might sit, getting in and out. That's a pretty high wear area. But then we have a nice perforated leather on the side, and then a rubberized texture up here. Looking down here, you see the aluminum pedals. You get the power adjustment on your driver's seat, and then now we do have that full leather interior. You still get that orange contrast stitch that runs throughout, and it might be kind of hard to see on the seat here, but you can kind of see it. The sun is sort of hiding it right now. Maybe I can get it in the shade there. You can see there is a bit of orange perforation in the seat that you kind of catch at an angle a bit more than you do looking at it straight on. It gives it a neat look. It's a nice sort of it sort of breaks up the monotony on the interior. That orange stitch runs throughout onto our center armrest. Again, there's that faux leather there. But then we have that orange stitch again on our gear shift, and real leather again on the steering wheel. So, real leather in kind of the areas where you want it. Of course, that's the heated steering wheel too. You were asking about the ability to turn off that automatic start-stop. So there's the physical button for it, which is nice. They've put that button right there. It's not hiding in a menu or screen anywhere, right there. This is where, if you wanted to, you could turn off your blind spot and a rear cross traffic alert, and then your steering responsive headlights, and then there's your interior dimmer switch. Now I'll have a quick seat inside here. Now we had briefly talked about this top screen here. Berniece had asked me, what does the screen do? So here we see that sort of banner of information on the top, and I'd mentioned it shows your time, your climate settings, as well as the temperature, and then whatever other information you're wanting to see. So there's a little button on my steering wheel, info, and if I click that, we change through a couple of different screens. So again, it's just kind of whatever you want to see at a glance, what might be the most beneficial bit of information depending on your driving circumstances. Some people will just pick one and just leave it on that. This would be no, it's not showing anything here. It shows direction. But if you're driving, it would maybe show what road you're on, and which direction you're going, or if you're using the built-in navigation right there, it would show that there. And I mentioned your climate settings. So you do get the dual zone climate on the top trim on this Limited here. And I mentioned like when you make a change, so if I turn any one of these knobs or push any of these buttons, you're going to start to see a change reflected up here. So if I change, let's say, my temperature, or I change my fan speed, or I change the mode where that air is coming out, so you'll see it splash up there nice and large. You see it in your line of sight, and then it fades out and sticks as that banner up top there. It's a nice layout. And the center screen itself, you know, I'd mentioned there's still, you know, lots of hard buttons. Like you can interact with the screen however you like, and there's a bit of redundancy, which is nice. So you can either interact with the screen itself, or you could just hit a hard button down here. Nice thing about that is, you know, the buttons aren't going to go anywhere. They're always going to be in the same spot. So if I want to jump to my radio, you know, there I go. And the screen itself is nice and crisp and clear. It reacts very quickly. Of course, we have, you know, physical volume knob and tune knobs, but you could do that from your steering wheel too, you know, adjusting track or changing station, adjusting volume, taking a phone call. If you want to turn on your heated steering wheel, it's down there. And then all of our safety systems, so our adaptive cruise control. Here we can adjust that follow distance when we're using adaptive cruise. So when we set it, it will find that vehicle in front and maintain their speed up to your set speed. So if you set it for 60, they're going 55, well, you're going 55. If they want to go 70, you're only going 60. And on top of all that, you could turn on lane centering assist. It will actually work to keep you centered within your lane. So it's a nice feature, nice way to layer on top all those nice safety systems. Oh, there's me. And, oh yeah, we get to see our nice sunroof here. And Ray had mentioned, you know, there's the ability to control some of the aspects of the car from your phone. You know, if you're in an accident, perhaps you could reach out to somebody or they would get in touch with you. As well as you can also start the car from your phone too. And you have a lot of control over your climate settings when you start it. So you can turn on, let's say, heated seats if you wanted to. You could adjust the temperature. You could adjust where you want that air to flow. Perhaps you wanted to defrost it. And you can even turn on rear defroster too, all from your phone. So it's just nice. You know, you could perhaps pull out your phone before you go outside, you know, get it all starting to warm up. And then you bundle up, throw on the gloves and everything. And by the time you get to the car, it'll be nicely warmed up for you. You won't have to fumble with anything without your gloves on, which is nice. And let's have a peek into our back seat here. Just have a center armrest with cup holders if you did need that. Ah, there we can see that that perforation a little bit better in the seats now. That's a neat look. Yeah, there we go. Quick run through of the vehicle. I just wanted to show this to you and just kind of round out our visit today. So now you'll have had a really good look at everything and can get a better feel for it. And look forward to chatting more with you guys down the road. And hope you're enjoying this very beautiful, very warm day. It says it's 20 degrees on my center screen there. I think it might very well be. But again, it's Kaz at Rally Subaru. Hope you guys are doing well, and we'll chat again. Bye-bye.